so let's just look down at our feet. I want you to think about your feet into 4 places, yeah? So you've got your top of your toes down to your heel, and then from your sides of your feet into the big toe to little toe. And I would just like you to roll back and forth, so rolling through the mid-metatarsal joint, the ball of the foot, back into the heels. So you're just slightly coming up onto the toes and then back. So warming up the ankle and the feet to begin with. Okay. From here, I want you to stop in the center, where you think the center is, where your weight is distributed between your right and your left foot. So you're not leaning more onto the right side or onto the left. Okay, from there, just look down at your feet. Make sure they're up facing at 12 o'clock. Come up through the front into the knees and then up into the thighs. And then from here, just take your hands on top of your hips. Okay, and I just want you to push forward and back. So just bring the pelvis forward and back. So if I show you sideways, so I'm just tilting. So I'm trying to find my home position. And every day is different for every one of us. So if we're doing a lot of working from home, a lot of Zoom and Skype, sitting down a lot, then our posture will change every day. So we go forward and back. Now I'd like you to try and find somewhere in the center. So this is, imagine your B position. Okay. From there, just lift the shoulders up, bring them round and drop them down. And again, so scaps back, bring them through, back and down. Placing your left hand onto your tummy wall and your right hand onto your ribs. And I want you to take some nice deep breaths. In through the nose, in nasal breathing, and out through the mouth. And I want you to be aware of what's happening under your hands as you take your deep breaths. So what's happening into your rib cage and your tummy wall? Well, it should be expanding, lengthening. And as you bring the breath back down and you release the breath away, so you feel the ribs close down and the belly close down. On the next breath, as you inhale, I would like you to hold on to your abdominals and don't let them go. So allow the ribs to just close back down, but your tummy wall stays strong. There's no movement in the belly, okay? And again, so what we're doing is firing at the belly. So breathing in, keeping your shoulders down, don't lift through your shoulders, and then exhale, keeping that tummy wall nice and firm. Okay, so what we call that braced abdominals, yeah? So it's about firing them up, getting a connection there, all right? If you're safe with that, take your hands away from you. Taking your right hand onto your shoulder and just circle back. Just warming up the shoulder joint before we move on, and then the other side. And ask yourself, how does that feel onto your left side? All right, and now just take the hand down and then roll the shoulders back, keeping the arms down, okay? And then come back the other way, yeah? So we're gonna come around the other way. And now ask yourself, which way feels better? So let's do one of each. So let's go back and then come forward. That's it, lovely. And again, so let's go back and then forward. All right. And now you go on the last one, your choice, forward or back. What works better for you? Okay. Drawing the arms back and down. Okay. Circle back the right arm and then the left arm. So what we're doing is warming up the joint, the shoulder joint, so getting all the synovial fluid, our natural lubrication, into the joint, so it really lubricates it, yeah, and makes it much easier to work with. Then both arms around. Now lift the ribs as you breathe in and you breathe out. We're going to roll down just halfway, so drop your head, neck and shoulders, okay, and then from here turn you sideways. We're going to go into our cat-cow stretch. So we're going to come into the cat stretch, hands onto the thighs, belly button up towards the ceiling. I'm going to draw through, flat back. And if it feels right for you, go into your cow stretch. So I'm extending my spine and my chin is coming away from my chest. Okay, let's do that again. Suck it up. So think about drawing the abdominals in towards the spine. Inhale, exhale, and then push away. Okay, remember, come into flat back if that feels good for you, right? And only go into the extension work, into cow. You really feel stretched down into the hamstrings. If you've got tight hamstrings, you'll feel it immediately in there. Okay, let's come back up to standing. So I'm going to draw up vertebrae by vertebrae, head on the horizon, and I take my shoulders back and down. I'm going to lift up both arms for 2, 1 and 2, yeah? And then down and down. And again, up and 2, and then down and down. Okay, this time I'm going to bring my arms up halfway into a frontal raise and lower. Okay, now we're going to take the pelvis back. So sideways I show you. I'm just going to come back into a little squat, not too deep, and then lift up. And as I do, I float my arms away from me and then up, yeah? And again, so float away and lift. So make sure everything's in alignment. Tracking is so important. You anchor down the heels and you push the pelvis back, yeah? So you're not coming forward onto your knees, because you'll find if you do that, you'll end up having a problem into the knee joint. Okay, hold it here. Just lift up to the ceiling, lift nice and tall, or the sky if you're outside, and down. And again, so lift up and down. Now give me a little squat. So come forward, leave the arms where they are, and then reach up to the sky, yeah? And then down. And again, so come forward, push the pelvis back, lift up, and lower down. One more time. So sit back, and then lift the arms up and through, and then take that down. Let's put all that together. So float the arms up, 1 and 2, yeah? And down, 3 and 4, and again. All right, now on this one, we're gonna go down into a very slow squat and lift the arms up. So sit back into the heels and lift. And again, sit back into the heels and lift. Let's rainbow the arms around, give me a side bend right. So bring it up the elbows. So I'm opening out through the obliques, into those external obliques, the muscles closest to the surface. And again, 2 more. 1 and 2. Open out your arms and just roll forward, yeah, and open back. So you're closing off the chest and then opening the chest. And again, so close off and open back. And then take the arm over the head and through. So I'm keeping the sequence just nice and slow and relaxed and easy, so very little choreography and putting everything together. Open out your arms, palms facing down, pelvis to me, and then inhale as you turn to exhale, then go the other side. So rotation through the thoracic, the mid section of our spine, and again round. All right, lovely. Let's put all of that together right from the very top. Float the arms up. So up, reach. Okay, now go into that little squat with a reach. Nice slow squat, and then reach. Follow the arms down, and now side bend. So side bend. We're going to go into 4 of these. Yeah, and again 2 more. 1 and 2. And now open up your arms and ripple forward. So ripple forward and open back. So really open up that chest. Push, jaw open, and then open over to the top. So you're reaching over to that hand, so opening out the side of the back, yeah? And again, open the arms, stay here, palms down or up to you. Now rotate. Rotate round to the right. Remember, don't twist. So pelvis to me, yeah? Think about keeping it square. Okay, one more time. All right, lovely. Okay, guys, draw your arms down. Just drop your head, neck and shoulders, and let's just roll past our knees if you can, and come all the way down to the floor. Yeah, only if it feels right for you. Keeping the head heavy, draw the tummy muscles in and roll up. Again, restack the vertebrae, 1 at a time, just like stickle bricks. Take your shoulders back. Let's do that again, showing you sideways, dropping your head, neck and shoulders, rolling it all the way down, inhale, exhale, and then take it up. Okay, lovely. Now lift the arms up, and then just work the shoulders. So rather than just staying up to the ceiling, just push back, yeah? So I'm a little bit of hyperextension. Now bring the arms over with you, bring them down, fold forward, tummy muscles in, bend the knees, taking pressure off the lower back, and the moment we're down, we're going to come back up. So mobilising the spine, waking it up on this Thursday morning. Bring your arms up to the top, give me a lateral flexion. So we're going to go over to the right side. So it's a little bit heavier now with the weight of the limbs. Over to the right, and then over to the left. Okay, Draw the arms down, take your legs up nice and wide, yeah? Legs are lovely and wide. Just come down into a little squat, yeah? So just tucking the tailbone under, yeah? So I'm not pushing my pelvis back, tuck it under. And I just want you to tap each foot. So I'm just coming up onto my heel and just tapping, yeah? So I'm just rolling through. So lifting my right foot and then my left, but my heel is staying down, okay? So warming up the shins, you should be feeling it at the front of the leg. Give me 2 more. 1, 2. Place your hands onto the thighs and just little squats, yeah? Little squats, so press down. Pelvis is slightly back now, just a little bit. Don't push back fully. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up, not all the way. Go back to the taps, yeah? So I'm staying in an isometric contraction. Still, I'm not asking my muscles to lengthen or shorten. I'm just staying in this position and I'm working through the shins. You should really be feeling that now. Okay, hold here, take it down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lift it all the way up. Bring your arms in front of you. Legs are nice and straight and just cross the arms over. 1, 2, 3, then open the chest. Yeah, and again, 1, 2, 3, open the chest. Come down with me. So it's 1, 2, 3, and open. Now keep the tailbone tucked under and down. 2, 3, and open the chest. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, and squeeze back. 1 more. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze back. Lovely. Draw the hands down and bring your feet in together. Okay, let's go from the very top before we go down onto the mat. So let's float up and 2, and maybe your feet are about hip distance apart. Now come into that squat and then lift the arms up. Rainbow them around and go into a side bend. So side bend over, now to your left. We have 2 more and then we're going to ripple forward with the arms and open the chest and close. Okay. From here, ripple forward and open back. And again, so come forward and open back. Take the right arm over to the left and reach. And then the other side. How are you feeling on this Thursday morning? The sun is trying to come out. And then place the palms down or palms up to you. Then we rotate round to the right side and then round to the left. We've got 2 more and then we're going to roll down. Here we go, down, round we go to the side. All right, lovely. Taking your arms down, drop your head, neck and shoulders. Roll it all the way down, just as far as you can, head heavy. Yeah? From here, inhale, exhale, bringing it up. Let the arms float up with you as you restack the spine. Take them up to the ceiling and then push back, yeah? So engaging the shoulders. And again, let's come down. So down, roll it down and through, all the way to the bottom. And then inhale, exhale, and then roll it back up. And then taking your arms up, engage the shoulders if you feel comfortable, back, and then lower. Take your legs up nice and wide. Come down, tuck the tailbone under, and then just lift each ball of the foot, yeah? So you're going up on the right, and then up on the left. Lovely. And again, guys, 2 more, 1 and 2. Okay, come down for 4 little squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, and reach up back to the top. And again, so 1, 2, 3, and up to the top. 2 more. Really hold it in nice and tight. Tuck it under. Yeah, feeling it on the inner thigh and up. 1 more. 1, 2, 3, and up, yeah? Now I want you to push the pelvis back slightly, okay? So as I come down, I'm just pushing it back slightly. Let's take the arm pattern as we did before. Let's come down with me. So 1, 2, 3, and open. And again, 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and open. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, and open. Last 2. 1, 2, 3, and open. Take your right arm and lift up to the ceiling. And then your left arm. Leave the legs straight. Don't lock the knees out, but just keep the legs nice and long. Okay, now we're going to reach over. So I'm going to bend into my left knee and then over the top and then to the other side. Okay, I'm going to take this into a stretch, an inner thigh stretch. I'm coming down nice and low. This time I'm going to come over to my left side. So I'm bringing both feet facing forward, and immediately I feel it on the inside of my thigh. I'm placing my hands just for support. Then I'm going to let go. I'm going to walk my hands across to the other side, and then I bring myself up onto my right side. So think of it like a crawl in front. Yeah, so we crawl across, and if you need to stay here a little bit longer on one side, then please do so. Okay, release and then over. So feeling it onto the adductor. Now the inside of the thigh makes up part of the core muscles. So it's really important these muscles here, we keep them nice and healthy and strong and supple. Okay, into the center, hold it here, straighten out the legs and just drop your chin, okay, towards your chest. So head is heavy, crown of the head, top of the head towards the floor, and feeling it right into those hamstrings. Okay, we're going to come away from the floor and we're going to roll up. So connect the abdominals, draw them in, and then walk the hands away, hinge up from the waist, and then come up to the top. Okay, from here, just take the arms up, breathe in, and breathe out. One more time, take it up and through, breathe in, and breathe out. Okay guys, just do our full roll down. So posture, hips are square. Drop the head, neck and shoulders, and roll it down. So I'm going to go into a calf stretch to begin with. So I'm walking my hands forward. I'm into the down dog position. Yeah. So tailbone is high, heels are down, tummy's tucked in, and I'm feeling the stretch just at the back of my lower legs into the gastrocnemius, the calf muscle. Okay. From here, I'm going to drop both knees down. Okay, so now I enter all fours. I'm going to keep my toes tucked under. Inhale, exhale, and push back up. Yeah, okay. And again, come down. And there we go, onto all fours. So into our quadruped position. So your hands are in line with your shoulders, and your knees are in line with your hips. So you may need to shuffle forward slightly. Okay. What I'd like you to do from here is just extend your right arm away, and then your left arm away. And now I'd like you to take your right leg away, flex the foot and take it back. So we engage the glutes and take that down, and then the other side. Okay, and then take that down. Tuck the toes under, pop back up into down dog. So now push the weight, your body weight back into those heels. Okay, now drop down onto your knees. Take your right arm and left leg and take it away. Float it away, and the other side. So we're going into the Superman and lower, yeah? And again, so back, nothing changes. Pelvis stays lovely and still. So you could balance a coffee on your lower back. Tuck your toes under, down dog, and push back. Okay, this time I'm going to bring my hands, I'm going to walk them a little bit further forward, and I'm going to come into a high plank. Yeah, into a full plank position. If you need to come down onto your knees, then do so. Yeah, if it's too uncomfortable for you up here or too challenging. But if you are going on your knees, just try really lightly. Otherwise, you're pushing down on the patella, and it's just not good to put too much pressure on it. So hold that there, guys, just 10 seconds. Okay, 4, 3, bring those tummy muscles in, shoulders back and down, 2, and 1. Let's walk down to a 3/4 plank. So I'm going to bring my right arm down onto my forearm and then my left arm. So I'm into my 3/4 plank. I'm going to hold it here. Again, tummy muscles, really think about engaging them. Get the brain into the muscle that we're working. Don't just do the exercise, yeah? Think about it, what we're working. Hold it there. If you need to drop to your knees, then that's fine. Take it down now, onto your knees. Push back into child's pose. And come into child's pose. And just drop in the head. Sit back onto the heels as far as you can. Okay. And then release over. Okay, come onto your back. All right, come onto your back. All right, lovely. And just lie down onto your back. taking your arms, just take them open. If you have enough room, just take your arms open into a scarecrow. Head and shoulders are relaxed. Shoulders are melted down onto the mat. We're going to go into a leg slide and I'm going to build it up for you, okay? So it's very simple for those of you joining today that are complete beginners. So I'm just going to slide. So I'm into a neutral spine position. I'm going to slide my right leg away and then I'm going to bring that back in, yeah. And then slide the other way. And if you're on a wooden floor, this would be nice and easy because you would slide. But if you're on a carpet, you just kind of got to just hover above it, okay? All right, from here, so stay here, guys. I'd like you to take your right leg into a tabletop. Tabletop, knee in line with the hip and knee in line with the ankle and then down, okay? So this is a foundational movement, yeah? This is something where we use from a home position in Pilates. So once we're in a tabletop, we can do anything, yeah? We can work in all planes of movement. And I'll hopefully give you a little taster as to what we do today. So take one leg up into tabletop and then your other leg into tabletop. Okay, so I don't want you now to be pushing your tummy up to the ceiling. I don't want you to find that arch in your back is any more extended. Nothing has changed. From here, tap down on the right. And again, taking your mind down into the muscle. Yeah, so drawing it down. So think about nice and slow, controlled movements. Okay, so the slower the movement, the harder it is. Okay, I'm going to try some reciprocal work with you. So again, just engaging the brain with a sequence. So take your arms up. If I'm going to go back on my right arm, and I'm going to tap down on my left leg, yeah, and back. And now if this isn't working for you and the legs and the arms don't want to work at the same time, because it's great for coordination, it's a brain gym. If it's not working for you, then just take the arms down, but just keep the tap. Okay, again, still taking the mind into the muscle and drawing those tummy muscles down, low as you can, down towards the spine. Okay, now leave both arms up. Hold them there, and now drop down both legs if you can. If this hurts your back in any way, you go back to single, yeah? You go back to single. So I'm tapping down and then lifting up. Again, notice neutral spine, nothing has changed. Okay, all right, let's try both ends. So we're going to take the arms back into an extension. So from here, as I drop the heels down towards the floor, I come back into an extension. And then I lift up back to center. And again, down onto extension and then up to center. Two more, nice and slow. So flowing movements, yeah, slow and controlled. One more time. Okay. Bring up the knees, bring the arms over and bring the knees into the chest and give yourself a little back release. Bring your head, neck and shoulders up into a little ball, okay? Now I'm going to extend my left leg. I'm going to hold on to my right knee, all right? So I'm going to hold on, just both hands to begin with. So I'm always cupping my knee, okay? I'm just going to stay up nice and tall. And if this is going to hurt your neck and shoulders, you're going to take it down. I'm going to scoop that leg away and I'm going to bring in the other leg, yeah? Now the lower the leg is, the harder it is, okay? The slower the movement, the harder it is, yeah? So I'm going to come up and through. Now I'm going to begin to change my hands slightly. So I'm going to reach down with my left hand to my right foot, and then my right hand to my left foot, yeah? And again, so over and through. And again, so if this is hurting your head and neck and shoulders, just take them down and go into that single leg stretch. If you find that too uncomfortable, you can always place your hands at the side and then do a single leg stretch with your head and shoulders down, okay? The higher up we are, the harder it is. So let's do 8, high as you can, yeah? So 8, 7, so breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Lovely. Bring that knee into the chest and roll your shoulders, head, neck and shoulders back down. Okay. We're coming up to the end, nearly the end of our half an hour. So I wanted to go into a little bit of bridge work before we finish. So place your feet down onto the mat. Okay, you can place your arms at the side of you. You're into the neutral spine position, your home position. And I just want you to tilt the pelvis. Yeah, so like we did at the beginning. So an anterior tilt and then push back down into a posterior tilt. So what I'm doing is lowering my back, yeah, pushing it down into the mat so my spine is into the mat. Then as I exaggerate the movement, I tilt the pelvis the other way so I've got a lovely big gap there, yeah? So now, as we did standing, just find yourself somewhere into neutral, yeah? And that's where your body is most comfortable. You can place your feet wide at the side of the mat or narrow, it is up to you, okay? Tilt the pelvis and then roll it up. So we're coming into a bridge. So I want you to think about the hips as high as you can up to the ceiling, yeah? All right, so hold that there. Now vertebrae by vertebrae, roll it all the way down until your coccyx touches the mat and you're back into neutral, okay? And again, tilting the pelvis and then lift up, okay? So we're gonna work through some planes of movement. So I'm gonna take my right leg away. It's gonna take you about 45 degrees. And then I'm going to take it back down, yeah? So I'm keeping myself nice and high into bridge and lower. This time I'm going to go into frontal plane. So I'm going to extend the leg at 45 degrees, then I'm going to take it out to the side, bring it back in, and then place it down, okay? Keeping the hips nice and long, and tall, sorry. So as you get tired, so they want to drop down, yeah? So now, reset, take it up, extend the leg 45 degrees. Take it out to the side, take that back in, and then lower down, other side. Out into an extension, over, in, and down. Take the right leg up to the ceiling. Now drop it down to the floor, yeah? So drop it down. You don't have to touch the floor, but just aim towards the floor. And again, just one more. Okay, and then bring that back in. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So lift up to the ceiling, feeling the stretch into that hamstring. Now lower that down and lift. And again, really bring that leg back towards you for that hamstring stretch. And then take that down. Right leg up and bicycle. Yes, I'm just taking it around. All right, lovely. And then place that foot down. So in my bridge position other side, I'm using my 3 planes of movement. So I'm working forward and back, side to side, and into rotation. Okay, let's put all of that together. Okay, but first of all, let's just go into a very small rest. Drawing yourself down onto the mat, coccyx touches down, and just hold it there for 10 seconds. And then we're going to do that little pattern all on the right leg and all on the left leg. And then we're done for our workout today. Okay. All right, guys, feeling positive, strong, positive vibes. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. Okay, so breathe in, breathe out, tilt the pelvis and lift. Now extend the right leg 45 degrees. Open it out into a frontal plane and then back. Do that again, one more. Open into frontal plane and do that. Back. Now lift and lower. So lift and lower. So in my normal classes, I probably keep us here a little bit longer, but I'm just aware about time. Now bicycle. 1 and 2. So it's not just the leg that's working, place that down. It's the supporting leg as well that's working, isn't it? You can really feel it load the glutes. So take it out into frontal plane. Okay, and again. So I'm just going out to the side. Now lift and lower. So when I go into that side movement, I'm working through the outer thigh into the medius and minimus of the gluteal muscle. I'm going to take that leg around into that little bicycle. Okay. I'm going to place that foot down. I'm going to reset and come up a little bit higher. I'm going to hold it there. I'm going to squeeze my glutes really, really tight. Hams, quads, hip flexors stretched. Hold. Squeeze it all together, guys. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Draw down. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Take those legs away from you. Slide them both away. And take your arms above your head. And give yourself a full body stretch. bring your arms over, bring your knees into your chest, and we're going to roll up into seated. Inhale, exhale, and roll it up to the top. Okay, bring it round to the front, take your legs up nice and wide. Very short stretch. Okay, arms away, and just push forward. All right, just coming forward, and then release back. Okay, let's do it with our breath. Let's marry up the breath now. So inhale, and then push forward to me. So don't drop your chin in your chest. Think about sitting up nice and tall. So ribs are lifted away from the hip bones. And then back. Okay, one more time. Inhale, exhale, push forward. And thank you for watching, guys. I see some names on the screen. Eyes are not too good these days. Okay, take it back and through. Just cross the legs over. Take your right hand down and bring your left arm over. Okay, and then the other side. All right, and up to the center.